Hello and welcome to the bank holiday edition of Cracking the Cryptic. It's bank holiday here in the UK. I'm not, probably is only here in the UK, but anyway, it's a happy day, although the weather is miserable, and I'm going to have a go at the Composite Thread, which is a puzzle that's been recommended to us by folk like Scojo, who is a very good judge of a puzzle, and this is by Palpot. And I have done a palpot puzzle or two on the channel before, but it feels like it's been a bit of a break, so welcome back, palpot. This puzzle is heavily fated. Scojo in particular was incredibly effusive about it, and it's basically a region sum lines puzzle, but with an extra meta idea about the sums of the lines, and I'll explain all that in a moment or two's time. It's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty on Logic Masters, so hopefully not absolutely monstrous. I'll read you the rules in a second or two. Let me look at my list of things to tell you about before that. I will mention that on Thursday, Mark and I are going to be streaming more blueprints. So if you want to watch us investigate that mad mansion a little more, 10 p.m. UK time is when that's happening. Oh yes, I should probably apologise as well for my slightly tipsy state yesterday. Yesterday's video I recorded very late, having had a lengthy lunch, and the puzzle I got to do was lovely and exactly what I needed, but hopefully I will be mentally sharper today. Other things to mention, on the 1st of June, which is rapidly approaching, we have this brand new Sudoku hunt by Itrio. This is the first Sudoku hunt that Itrio's ever done, and we've been testing the puzzles. They're absolutely amazing. They're amazing, and there's a story that comes with it. This is going to be just terrific. So 4 p.m. UK time on the 1st of June is when that will go live. And I've got some birthdays to do as well. Some really nice birthday messages, as always. Some people skip the birthdays, and I really think that you're missing out if you skip the birthdays. Anyway, Philip, over there in Macedonia, you have turned the big 3-0 today. And I know this because your wife, Stefania, I hope I'm saying that correctly, wrote to say that apparently the two of... Well, Cracking the Cryptic has been in your lives since you both met. And also she mentioned, Philip, that you are a perfect husband. So, Philip, I hope you have an absolutely great birthday today with, of course, a large slice of chocolate cake. Next birthday, we'll go over from Macedonia, we're going to go to Southern California for Finn's birthday. Finn, you've turned 29 today, and I know this because your girlfriend Hazel wrote to us, mentioning that apparently, Finn, you sometimes forget how old you are. You're only 29, you've got no excuse for that, and this shout out might help you remember. I hope that's true. I know today... I think normally you watch over dinner, but today you're planning on going to 3 different barbecues. That's what life's like in Southern California. 3 different barbecues to celebrate 4 different... No, is it 4 different birthdays? I think it's 4 different birthdays at 3 different barbecues. And you are planning on having chocolate cake, but it's being made for your friend Anna, who's been unwell recently. So Anna, if you happen to see this message, get well soon. And I hope you enjoy the cake. And then finally, Jeremy. This is a lovely story as well. Jeremy, you've turned 36 today. And I know this because your fiancée, Lauren, wrote to us and said that 7 months ago, the two of you matched on a dating app. And Jeremy had listed in his profile on the dating app that the dorkiest thing... Dorky? The dorkiest thing about him was that he liked variant Sudoku. And apparently on your first date, Jeremy explained about Cracking the Cryptic, and you've since watched some videos together. And Lauren ended up falling in love, not just with Cracking the Cryptic, but also, of course, with Jeremy. And Jeremy fell in love as well, because he then proposed on the 27th of April. So many, many congratulations to the two of you. I'm delighted, Lauren, that you were erudite enough to when you saw that variant Sudoku was a thing with Jeremy, you immediately thought, well, that could be the man for me. And you were right. You were right. So Cracking the cryptic. Not only does it bring the logic, it brings the love. There, I've said it. Jeremy, many happy returns. Now, let's have a look at the Composite Thread by Palpot, and let's read the rules of the puzzle together. We have got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row. Whoa, every column. Whoa, why can't I draw that straight? That's weird. Every column and every 3 by 3 box. And then we've got region sum lines. So this is actually expressed in sort of the old way. The way I like to express this is that the 3 by 3 box borders divide each blue line into segments. So let's do that. And each of these segments has to have the same sum. So along this line, those 4 digits, you add them up, and you should get the same as when we add the 3 purple digits, and we should get the same as when we add the 3 orange digits. That is how region sum lines work. Different lines can have different totals, but along one particular line, each segment must sum to the same amount. And then we've got this unusual rule. It's called meta-renban. The digits along each line must sum to a unique number. Maverick's about to fly over. Sorry if there's about to be a little bit of aeroplane noise. Speaking of Maverick, I haven't seen the new Mission Impossible film, but I do quite want to see that. I like Mission Impossible films. And I'm digressing again. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, the digits along each line must sum to a unique number. And the sums of these lines must form a set of consecutive digits. So, I don't want to luck into this. Let's just say that 20. Let's say this line added up to 20. And forgive me if that happens to be the correct answer. I just want to do an example. If this sums to 20, then the others could, for example, sum to 21, 22, 23, and 24. And that would be a possible way of meeting the conditions in the puzzle. Now, if this one did sum to 20, the others could sum to 18, 19, 21, and 22. It just has to be overall that there is a consecutive sequence. It's a really weird rule, isn't it? It sounds very cool. But anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, I think we can say something fairly profound very quickly about this puzzle. Because what we do know is that each one of these lines, obviously each line is filled with some digits, but we know that the digits on any one of these lines do not sum to a prime number. And that immediately makes me very suspicious about how on earth this total thing's going to work. And why do we know that they don't sum to a prime number? Well, it's because in each case, they span more than one box, don't they? So let's look at this one, which isn't a very big line. Those 2 cells and those 3 cells have the same total. So we could write the digits on this line. They are expressible as 2 times x. If this adds up to x, then this will also add up to x. So the digits overall sum to 2x. This one, oh, well, that's 3x. That's from the example that we did. This one, that goes through 4 boxes. Oh, my door's creaking. So that's 4x is how that would. Castlemaine 4x. Why has that come into my head? Anyway, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5x. Okay. I was wondering whether that should be surprising, but no, that's not surprising, is it? It's not surprising that in a set of, and there are going to be 5 consecutive numbers because there are 5 different lines, that one of the digits or one of the sums is a multiple of 5. That shouldn't surprise me at all. That should have been self-evidently obvious, but I didn't think of it. Anyway, so 5x there, and then another 3x number. Right. So we're looking for a sequence of numbers that that where one of them is divisible by 5, obviously, sorry, 2 of them are divisible by 3, one of them is divisible by 2, and one of them is divisible by 4, and obviously, therefore, none of them are prime. Now, and that sequence, well, let's take the smallest line. That line, what's the most we can make that line add up to? It's going to be 7, 8, 9 there, and and they have to have the same total. Okay, so so the most this line can add up to, yeah, we can't put, I was thinking I'll put 7, 8, 9 there and then double it, but I can't do that because obviously the purple segment can't add up to 7, 8, 9. No, okay, so we have to take the smaller segment. So if this was 8, 9, 17, so 34 is the absolute maximum that this line can add up to. Now, at first blush, and I might be wrong about this, but at first blush, all the other lines, I think, could add up to a lot more than that. This line, which is, I think, the longest line. Okay, how about what's the minimum this line could add up to? Because the minimum, those digits are all in the same row, and there are 6 of them. Now the triangular number for 6 is 21. That's what we get if we add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So 21, those cells would add up, they're going to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4. The triangular number 4 is 10. So 31, 32 is the minimum for this line, except it can't add to 32, can it? Because it adds to a multiple of 5, because it's got 5 different segments on it. So 35 is the minimum for this one. And what do we say that one was? Oh, that was a maximum of 34. Okay, so yes, so we're in the 30s somewhere, aren't we? We're in the 30s, is what we've learned. Yeah, and 35, this must be 35. Is that the point? I might be wrong. But if this can't add up to more than 34, and this can't add up to less than 35, well, if it added up to 40, then that could be 39, 38, 37. The minimum this could be would be 36, which is impossible. So it's 35. Right, and we don't want any primes. So where's the nearest prime to 37? 37 is prime, so we're definitely not going as high as 37. So we could do 36, 35, 34, 33, 30. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant, Palpot. What a weird idea. Sorry, and just to sort of fill in the gaps, because I was doing some counting on my fingers and I realised what we'd done, and it's beautiful. So there's the number 31. 31 is prime, so that's not in the sequence. There's the number 37. 37 is prime, so that's not in the sequence. How many digits are there between 31 and 37? There's 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. So they are the totals for these 5 lines. And okay. Now, so this one's 35. 2 of them have to be divisible by 3, don't they? So that's going to be 33 and 36. So this one is either 33 or 36, and the same is true for that one. That one was 35. So it's 32 and 34. Yeah. But one of this one, this sort of one, which is like a water slide. The water slide is divisible by 4, so it must be 32. And the sort of the child's water slide, or the deck chair, is going to be 30. So the deck chair is 34. So that's done it. Yeah, that's done it. So this has to be 34 by a process of elimination. How do we make this add up to 34? Well, each segment adds up to 17. So this is 8, 9, and well, I don't know how to do that, but that's 3 cells that add up to 17. Oh, this is just it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Right, and now we can deduce. Well, this line adds up to 32. So each segment adds up to 8. There's a 3-cell segment there, so that's got to have a 1 on it. It's either going to be 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. This one adds up to 35, and there are 5 segments. So this one, each segment is 7. Yes. Okay, so look at these cells. These are all dominoed segments. So we're adding 2 digits up in each case. So these can't include the numbers 7, 8 or 9, because we'll be adding a digit to 7, 8 or 9. They're going to be 1, 6, 2, 5 and 3, 4 in some order. So these are 7, 8 and 9 in row 7. And okay, so hang on, well, that's a 3-cell segment that adds up to 7, so that's 1, 2, 4. That's the only way of doing that. Now we've got a little pattern there, haven't we, between the water slide and the temple. this could be the temple. So that because we've got 1s, look, confined to rows 5 and 6 on both of those shapes. So the question we should be asking there is, where does the 1 go in row 4? Because it's not here and it's not here. So it's in one of those cells. Now, so this bottom line looks like an Alp. This is going to be the Alp line. And right, we know this is a multiple of 3 lines. So it's 33, which would be segments of 11, because there are 3 segments, or 36, which would be segments of 12. Now, do we have a way to tell which of those it is? Probably, but I don't see how to do it immediately. Okay, so maybe we can do it with the top one, which looks like a stegosaurus, doesn't it? Sort of. Forgive me, anybody who's a paleontologist out there, but this is going to be a stegosaurus. So the stegosaurus is slightly different because it has a 4-cell segment on it. So if this was an 11 segment, I would know its composition. It would be 1, 2, 3, 5. But if it's a 12 segment, it could be done in 2 ways. It could be 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. Either way, or whichever way we cut it, 1 and 2 are definitely on the head of the stegosaurus. What was this one? The big water slide? Yeah. Oh, this is 8. This is 8. Oh, sorry. Look at this. That's a 2-cell segment that sums to 8, and that digit is massive. So that's got to be 7. That's got to be 1. This isn't 1. The Alp doesn't contain a peak of 7 anymore. These aren't 1, 6, because of this 1. And yes, and look at this segment. This segment here, I don't know what it adds up to. It either adds up to 11 or 12, but I do know that the maximum size, therefore, of these 2 cells on that segment is 4. So they definitely involve a 1. They're either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. And the 1 is going to go into the corner. No song for you. So this is not 1/6. This is lovely, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely. So this is 1/6 because one of these had to be 1/6. This is already one of my favourite puzzles of recent times. It's so original. The idea of sort of fitting a sequence of 5 consecutive numbers such that there's no prime in the sequence is beautiful. It's just beautiful. And that it's still solving nicely is really quite wonderful. So this segment doesn't have a 1 on it. Hang on. Hang on, where's the 1 on that? I've got the 1 on this segment. Yeah, okay, I think that is... I could have done that earlier. I just didn't focus on it. I've got a 1 here, so this wasn't a 1. That put the 1 in row 5 in box 6, knocking a 1 out of here. We got the 1 there, so this couldn't be a 1. So we've nearly got a 1 in box 1 as well. One of 2 places. Yes, and what I was coming to was this segment. This segment adds up to 7, so it's either 2, 5 or 3, 4. And this segment adds up to 8. So that's not 3, 5. Because if this was 3, 5, this couldn't be 2, 5, and it couldn't be 3, 4. So this is either 1, 7 in exactly that order, or 2, 6, which would work. If this was 2, 6, then 6 would be in one of those cells in column 4. There's a virtual 2, 4 pair in this row, because I know that there is a 2 or a 4 in this domino segment, because it's either 2, 5 or 3, 4, and there's a 2 and a 4 there, so nothing else in this row can be 2s or 4s or 1s, obviously. What was this? This segment was an 8 segment, wasn't it? Oh, can we do the secret? Maybe we could do the secret. The secret is something I share with only my very favourite people. And of course, if you're watching this video, you're one of my favourite people, so I will share the secret with you. The secret is that any complete box of a Sudoku, by the rules of Sudoku, contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. And if you sum the digits 1 to 9, you get 45. So that is the sum of that entire 3x3 box. Now this segment we know adds up to 17. This segment we know adds up to 8. So those 6 cells sum to 25. And by the secret, therefore, those cells, let's make them red for a moment, they add up to 20. Okay, I think there's loads of ways of doing that, basically, unfortunately. Okay, sorry. No, that's not how to do it, or if it is, I'm not seeing why. Oh, maybe it's this segment. This segment either adds up to 11 or 12, but it doesn't involve... Oh, it doesn't involve a 1. I was going to say if it didn't involve a 2, it would be impossible, but it's not quite. If it was 3, 4, 5, it could add up to 12. So... Right. How could that add up to 11 then? This is really clever. Not of me, I hasten to add. I haven't done anything. But Palpot's idea here is this is lovely. How could this add up to 11? I don't think it can, because if it adds up to 11, it must include a 2, because 3, 4, 5 adds up to 12. So if this adds up to 11, this digit is a 3 because there's a 2 on this segment. But if this is a 3, what is the sum of this yellow segment? It's 12. But we've just said we're starting from the presumption that this is 11. So if you make this 11, you unfortunately can't make the two segments have the same sum. So this is a 12 segment. Now, knowing that, does that improve our knowledge of the world? Because, that's really weird. Because although I now know, so I suppose I know that one's 11, maybe that's the point. You work out that the Alp is 12, and that's going to give me that the Stegosaurus is 11. Because that could be 3, 4, 5, or it can't be loads of things, actually. If there's no 2 on it, it's 3, 4, 5. If there is a 2 on it, the other 2 digits add up to 10. But they're going to have to be 3, 7, aren't they? Because 1, 9, 4, 6, and 2, 8 are all ruled out. So this is either... Oh, hang on, it can't have 2 and 3. Oh, that's it. Right, I've got it. Sorry, I'm being a bit slow. Right. Yeah, so the point here is that you can't put 2 and 3 on this. So although it adds up to 12, yeah, let me just show you. If we do put 2 on it, we've got to have a domino that adds up to 10. But all dominoes are impossible, because this becomes a 3. And now 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, and 4, 6 are all ruled out. So this is 3, 4, 5, and this is 2, and this is 9, and this is 8, because we know this is a 12 segment. Now this adds up to 12, and it's either, it can't be 5, 7, so it's either 4, 8, or 3, 9. But that's not 3 or 4, so that is 3 or 4. Yeah, that's great. That's, oh, hang on, well, it's been great since this was a 2. That can't be 2, 5. So this is 3, 4. This is 2, 5. Oh, I thought that was going to give me that digit, but it doesn't. Okay, and I know what those cells are now. They're 2, 7, 9 in box 8. So 7 is in one of those 2 cells in row 8. 9 is in one of these 2 cells in box 9. It feels like this should be doing massive things, doesn't it? Oh, look. Ah, okay. Okay. That is now 1, 2 pair on the Stegosaurus. Now, we worked out that the Stegosaurus is an 11 Stegosaurus. So this is a 3, 5 pair, which makes this a 4. This is beautiful. Now I've got loads of low digits in column 2. So these digits are all high. Oh, go on. I'll pencil art them. No, I shouldn't have done that. That doesn't seem to do... oh, no, actually that one's better. That can't be 7 either. That's 6 or 8. And this is 1 and 2, so that's 4. That's 2. So this one is not 2, 5. This is 3, 4. Now, what does that mean? Oh, I know what that'll mean. Right. 4 is now on my green segment. Now, this green segment adds up to 17. So the other 2 digits on here add up to 13, and they are not 4, 9, because then we'd have 2 4s on this segment. So this is either 4, 5, 8 or 4, 6, 7. That feels a bit... Oh, okay. No, we can do better than that. I'm going to do this differently. Right, this segment adds up to 8, and now it has no 4 on it. So I know this segment is 1, 2, 5, and in fact I know that's the 5 on it. Now that's really nice, because that's going to limit how we're going to make up this green segment, because it hasn't got 5 and 8 on it now. So this is 4, 6, 7, and that isn't 7. And now we know that the red digits, which we said had to add up to 20, well, okay, they are 3, oh, they're 3, 8, 9. I know where the 3 goes in that little panoply. So this is 3, this is 8, 9. In this row we haven't put in 6 and 7, look. So let's do that quickly. This cell can't be a squell, can't be a 2, so that can't be a 6 anymore. This can't be 6 or 7, because it sees 6 and 7 in the row. Where's 3 in box 4 in this box here? I think it has to be there by Sudoku. There's a 6-7 pair. Is that really true? Actually, that probably is true, isn't it? There's a 6-7 pair in box 5, and that makes that a 1. So 6 is in one of those 3 cells by Sudoku. This 1 is not here anymore. Well, it is there, but it's not there anymore, if you see what I mean. Now this square is a 2. It can't be 6, 7, 8 or 9. So in this column we've not put 3s, 4s and 5s in. Now we might be able to do, yeah, we can do very well with this digit. That can't be 3 or 4, so that is 5. So this digit is 3 or 4, and that's the back of the Stegosaurus is adding up to 11 again. So no, I think that could be a 6. Right, so we might have to just take stock here. We had a we've got an 8-9 pair there in column 8. Now what are we meant to do? 2 in column 9 is in one of those 3 cells because of these 2 dominoes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 6, 7 or 8. It can't be 5 because of this. And what does that segment add up to? Because I should know that, shouldn't I? This is an 8 line, right? So this isn't 2, 6. Oh, that's lovely. Right, it's this segment is crucial, because this can't be 2, 6. Now it's either therefore 3, 5, which it's not. Let me show you why. If this was 3, 5, what would this digit be? It would be a 4. And what would this digit be? Well, it would also be a 4, and that definitely breaks the rules of Sudoku. So this is 1, 7 actually, which makes this a 2 and this a 6 by maths, which makes this a 7 and this a 6. And that's got to do more than that. Yeah, hang on, we get a 7 and a 9 at the bottom there. Okay, what are those digits then? Oh, 1. We can place the 1, and this is 8, 9, is it? Which is great, because that means this is 7. It's so smooth. This puzzle is so smooth. Right, 5, 8, 9. 5 we can place. That's 5. So 5, I can place it here, but this is a 3, 4, 5 triple. So this is 8 or 9. And these are 6, 7 and 8. And that can't be 6. And that can't be 6. So there's a 7, 8 pair in column 3. And a 9 here means this is 9. And this is 8. This square's 3, 4 or 5. So can that really be 6 now? No. Yeah, this 3 cell segment here, let's just make that orange for a moment, that adds up to 11, doesn't it? So this definitely can't be 6, because the minimum sum of those squares is 3 plus 4. In fact, they're not. Ah, that's lovely. Right, look again here. This must be a 5, because if this wasn't a 5, this would be a 3-4 pair. 3 and 4 add up to 7, so this would have to be a 4 to make orange add up to 11, and I get 2 4s in the box, so that's got to be 5. And now these 2 digits have to add up to 6, so they can't be double 3, so that's got to be 4, that's got to be 2. I hope this isn't wrong. That felt correct, didn't it? Yeah, okay, so this becomes 5 by Sudoku. That's 4, that's 4, that's 3. And in this box we haven't put in 3 and 6, I'm going to claim, into those 2 squares. I've never even thought about this line segment. Okay, but I can keep going. Look, I've got 2, 1, 1, 7. Can we do more? 2 in this box is placed. 1 is in one of those squares. Oh, this is so classy. This is as good a puzzle as you will ever see, and it's not that it's hard, it's just got so many beautiful ideas in it. Look here now. Those 3 digits add up to 11. And they don't use 2, so how could they not involve 1? If they don't involve 1, they're 3, 4, 5 minimum. And we looked at that down here. 3, 4, 5 adds up to 12. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 2, this is 5. These 2 digits add up to 10. And they're not 1, 9, and they're not 2, 8. So they're either 3, 7, which they're not, because that's 3 and 7. That can be neither 3 nor 7. So they're 4 and 6, and I know the order. That's 4, that's 6, that's 4 by Sudoku. This is 4 by Sudoku, that's 3. Right, what do I need down here? 6, 8, 9. So the 6 must go here. So that's 6, that's 7. We've got an 8, 9 pair to play, which I can do in the bottom row. That's got to be 8. So that's 9. Oh, and yeah, that does make sense, because that had to add up to 12, remember. So I think we're probably not a million miles away from doing logical things. That's 9, that's 8. 8 is in one of the... Oh, hang on, we don't need that. What's this? 5 and 8. We really don't need it. And these are 3 and 7, which we can also do. Good grief! Now I can do this row, presumably. I haven't put 6 into it. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Ah, no. That's a 6. So that's a 6. This is 8. Yeah, I think it's working. 8, 7, 8, 9. 9 here. What do we get? Oh, we don't get a 3 in the corner. We get something else. A 7, I think. And then this digit's a 4. That's incredibly beautiful. Gosh, actually, it's not as new a puzzle as I thought. It's nearly 2 months old. It's only been sold 34 times. That is as beautiful a sort of approach. It's not that it's approachable, but the ideas in it were not completely outrageously elliptical, were they? We could understand it, and it was fairly clear what had to be going on, because you need a sequence without primes. But the whole way it hung together, the fact that you could immediately hone in on the correct sequence, and then there's no given digits in this. It's been entirely done just with 5 lines of, Stegosaurus, 2 water slides, a temple, and an Alp. That's all you need. It's brilliant. Palpot, take a bow. I loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.